Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and I'm back again, looking down at Neuve Revergrad. Oh, I did have time going, but I forgot to unpause it. There we go. So we are in good shape. That's the sign, right? We're back to our normal Neuve Revergrad overview. So I don't know if we're in quite perfect shape, but I think we've got most of the pollution catastrophes past us, unless I'm missing something. And I've just been going around. One of the things I wanted to do on camera because I think it's interesting. I saw this guy sitting there with a red, and we're done building these, so this will be a pretty permanent intersection. So I might as well put up, and I think I can make this. Well, no, I can't make this one way the right way, but I can switch these guys back to the right track because if we want these guys to work on that one, there's no crossing after this. So if they're going to help with this track and electrifying it, they still need to go the wrong way. But we can, I don't know if it'll make much difference, but we can get this guy signaled right. I thought I'd show you just how I do a crisscross. Now this guy's still working, which is likely to mess up his little work program here, but that's okay. All right, so let's go over to railroad tracks, and then we're going to go to anytime you enter an intersection, you want to put a chain signal, and this one will put it going in, right? And this one will go facing out, and that should actually free this guy up. So you got to really watch out with this game, and then same idea would be here, right? But again, we don't want to, we don't actually want to signal this. See, look, I have it on chain signal, but it put a regular one. That's weird. I've noticed that before. I don't know if you guys caught that. You can replay it if you want. Yeah, now this is going to force this guy to go back to this other track. So that's the reason for putting in those crosses. And then this is probably going to cancel one of his jobs, but then you would do the same thing here, where you'd put a chain signal going in, and then a regular signal going back out. Now, they can go in or out either way, so I'm just going to put regular signals here. No, well, really, you probably should put a chain signal here, right? But it doesn't really make a difference because this guy should wait if there's anybody in here. But you can get jam ups with this setup, but it's, it's sort of one of those the best you can do kind of things. And then eventually when he gets done this intersection, we can signal it, in other places. All right, so, yeah, see, that guy isn't on the tracks anymore. Oh, no, there he is. So let's say, did it cancel his job? No, he was off of it. But if you place a signal down on the track that they're working on, it deletes them. It deletes the job from their queue, So there we go. So good. We're making progress into here. And, not much time has been spent in between the episodes. I just was going around doing my normal thing. We've got electrified to here. So I think in this episode we may talk about what we need to do to bite the bullet, right? Like we should have that all of our stores are backed up with that's kind of loud. Backed up with purchasing food and meat and that kind of thing. So what we may do is just cut this off and prepare for the jam ups, right? So, and then like get one of these guys to come in here and do the electric track. I think it's probably just as well before we try to get all this done down here by Neuve Revergrad. Now, another thing I did, sort of a momentous thing, at least in my own mind, I took most of the trucks out of Przink North. I mean, it's been a long time that we had a construction crew here. This was not one of the first, but it was certainly, quite a while ago that we built this up and did all this. Now, the other thing to say is we need to switch over to here. So there's plenty of little things to do to keep time running. This will definitely be like a construction episode, right? And but I also want to keep, I want to get this last bit of pollution. I don't think it's not killing us so far, though we really aren't. It's not like we're running much concrete through here. So the first thing I want to do is try to get, well, I guess I kind of need to get like almost all of this done. But yeah. So anyhow, then I was thinking about, well, where would I put a construction office over here that, like, because I want to move this one eventually, right? Because it's not that it's in a bad spot, but it's sort of, you know, all of this other stuff will be gone, right? Once we get to the point we can get rid of we're going to get rid of all of this. Then we're going to be able to move this over to the clothing area we'll design at some point later on. And so I was sort of thinking, well, what do we do? You know, it might be good to get this out of the way from here. You know, this warehouse, I'm not even sure if we're using it. Well, we do have related vehicles. Yeah, they're taking electronics. So this is where we're getting electronics for our... We got 2 of them. Yeah, why do we have... Importska warehouse... And then this guy's going from the Importska warehouse to the Revergrad store. And then whatever he doesn't drop off there, he's dropping off at the Revergrad cargo station. Where is that? Oh, no, he's going to the 2 different stores. That's what it is. I got you. All right. Yeah, so we have a truck that comes down here and puts them in there. So that's something else we probably need to put over here, right? But, well, no, we're going to do a whole depot. So, but in order to do, like, to make as much room as possible, and, you know, we'll probably, before we put in the supply depot, we'll probably design and move the clothes out of the way. But we got enough going on down here. So it still begs the question, well, what will we do as far as a construction office that we just know is not hopefully going to be in the way of anything else we're planning? And I'm thinking over here, even though it's a little bit, you know, more of their supplies will be over this way. We have to build this whole clothing thing over here, right? We will be building in here, but they can easily, you know, go that far. And then we'll still, at this point, have this construction office, unless we decide to move it too. But, you know, another thing to say, jumping subject to subject to subject, is I'm really not happy with the road going through the tracks, but it's also, you know, I was kind of taking a better look at it, and it's awful tight to try to get bridges in here. So we'll see. I'm very willing to redo this if we start having problems. And the biggest thing I'm worried about is these buses. You really don't want your buses conflicting with, you know, because once they get all jammed up, you don't get very good flow of people there. So we'll see. But I'm not real happy with that. But let's place down a construction office and probably a depot, right? And I'm thinking we could probably do it in this neighborhood. We don't have a road to this, do we? Well, good. We need to build a road anyway, so... Yeah, your road comes off there, which is just as well. I mean, maybe we just put the construction office, like, right down here. That's not quite in line. Can I come straight? Yeah. Will you level for me, or no need? Yeah, why don't we just come here? Right? And then this guy can kind of attach up. And then let's get a construction office. And a road depot eventually. Okay. Well, that's a reason not to do that, huh? Now we fit here. I was kind of eyeing up this spot, but that sort of takes them. Yeah, you know, maybe we get the road depot in there. Right? I mean, I know that's in some ways. Is that going to mess up anything? Now we got our pipe coming out the other way for that drop-off spot. Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, I know it's not in some ways the best thing, but it's sort of totally out of the way, right? And then let's jump back over to roads. And there it is. Road vehicle depot. Yeah, I was hoping. Sometimes, yeah, I definitely don't want to put it right there. I mean, we could. I was eyeing up this spot. Yeah, let's go take. Yeah, let's do a little leveling here, just to push it back as much as we can. Anyhow, let's see. Build. I must have moved it closer, yeah. Now, if we ever decide we want another one, but if nothing else, we're all filled up here for a minute until we get, like, that's just, Oh, yeah. Okay, it looks like you have more parking spaces. It's funny. Okay, so there we go. So now we're building this and we're building that, and then how is our... I had these guys working over towards this way. Yep, they're done that road. And the only thing... Yeah, the only thing to say is that this is going to be a long slog of putting each of these roads in. So I'm just going to have to kind of stay down here and do that, and then I'll keep building some of these roads, at least until we could start building one of these. Now, yeah, it's one of those deals where you just need a lot of stuff in, including railroad tracks. So it's sort of just everything kind of has to come together, right? And you could say, oh, I'm only going to build the one, but yeah, by the time you do that, you've built, you're waiting on the rails anyway, right? So we'll try to get over here and get all that done, but we'll make sure these guys have plenty of jobs to do. Yeah, good. Okay, we're already done that. Let's give them this to do, and then they're working on this, so they might as well do these two roads, and then let's go poke around the map. Well, wait, first, I don't know if you guys, if you were really paying close attention in the last episodes, I didn't move anybody in here. They're moving back in, and the lifespan's 83, and they're happy. So I really think we got the problem taken care of. Now, I forget exactly what we said at the end of the last episode, but look, we're over 17,000 population again. That was the wrong button. And, our university educated people, here, let's do this year, are it's not, I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely stabilized and or going up a little bit. So how many of the people do we have in our hostel? Oh, we only got 59, so let's see. Can we let's just grab some people from here. There we go. Good. So we'll keep that as full as possible. And eventually we'll get some more housing and whatnot built in here. Make up for, well, I don't know, we really didn't knock many houses down, did we? Now, is this working at all? See, it's low on workers. So that might be one of the reasons we're doing better, is that we've pretty much cut off the power. And we should probably reattach this again. And I want to do this kind of in a bit of a special way. I definitely want to get another railroad track through here. And I'm thinking that track should be in the middle of these. Right? Let's send this guy off to a depot somewhere. Well, I do like having a gas station there, and he probably could get right around. Yeah, let's get rid of this. That was years ago. Our aggregate storage burnt to the ground, and I didn't even recognize it, and then I blamed it on game bugs. For those of you who really have been watching for a long time, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I'm going to get rid of this. We should probably get rid of... Yeah, we probably should get rid of that whole dirt road, really, right? Yeah, let's get rid of this construction office. Hopefully that doesn't cause us problems. And then we'll get rid of... Yeah, let's kind of get rid of everything in the middle. Yeah, see, it gets a little bit too close here. Yeah, we'll have to do something fancy, but that's why I kind of stopped here. So in other words, see this idea where we have this line here? This is going to be the distribution line. So what I need to do is, coming off of here, like, I want to get like a bridge going this way. And then you can imagine it comes right up there. And comes all the way down along here, and then we'll have a distribution place here. And then all the way down in between here, we'll have to get rid of this switch there, right? Because that's going to be like right smack in the way. And it'll stay up this way. And then this line will end here, somewhere in this neighborhood, right? So this other line would continue to go straight there. But it would also, what I'm thinking of is we won't do it right now, but we're going to need to put a bridge in. Well, we really probably should put it in, huh? Yeah, I don't necessarily want to delay everything that much, but yeah, let's do that while they're not working on it, right? Well, no, we're going to do it later. We'll do it as part of a big construction project once this guy's running, and because I want these guys to be able to get right in here. Yep, and they'll be able to come in here and start working on all, if not most, if not all of this. They should be able to start doing trains, and then, yeah, we want to get these train lines. Yeah, because I could probably get 4 trains working on this if I can. Yeah, that'll... so the reason I'm saying all that, we started out here with me talking, is I'm thinking what we do is just cause this to jump over here, right? We'll try to put them here. Let's put the wireframe on for what it's worth. Yeah, I don't think I might have leveling problems. Right, so like if this is that other train loop, then when we come through here with our power wires, like it should just jump over, right, and not cause us a problem. And then this will, see, we'll have to think about which train should even go to which track, right? Let's make that a little more level. Fact, I probably even want to start doing, we need to like get, I don't know, we want a road. Alright, something like that to get it to where they can come in and out either way and have a nice green. Yeah, that's kind of steep there, isn't it? You don't like being so close to that track, do you? Alright, and then let's use this smoothing tool. Just kind of take away some of the rough edge that it didn't want to. Alright, now can we... Yeah, right after that signal. Yeah, we'll bring that straight a little bit. It's pretty good. Nope, not that. Oh no, it's off a hole. Sorry. It was... Yeah, I'm okay with that because that's kind of a nice and long sweeping turn, and then I think I'll even, you know, the nice long sweeping turns let you actually have a train waiting in the intersection potentially. Yeah, so see if I can't come off this way. Yeah, let's do that. There, so that guy should be able to come up to this one, right? Then the only problem we'll have is signaling it. So this should be a chain signal going this way. This should be a chain signal coming back out. And we'll just do either way chain signals here for now. There, good. Love a little tight. And I wanted to do all that before I put in the power lines so that I didn't just have to end up redoing the power lines again, right? See how like I could get it jumped over? And then now that should... Yeah, see that? I mean, that's sort of a little bit of taking advantage of the game mechanics when you have those. The reason you would never do that in real life is that, I don't know if you realize, but these wires, like in the summer especially, heat up, and then everybody, I mean, they do heat up just because you're flowing electricity through them. So like if you tried to put your wires too far, or the towers too far apart like this, you would end up burning down the, you know, like the forest, because, or you just shorten the lines out because they'd eventually hit the ground. They get so much longer. That's, I think, what happened. You know, like you hear about the California wildfires, and a lot of times, how are you done so fast? You are an efficient. I guess I'm so used to guys working so many miles away, right? Good. So that attaches. Yeah, let's just keep you. For now, you're going to be a bit of a paving crew, right? Good. All right, so how's this guy doing? Oh, look, yeah, they're quick when they got their supplies real close. Just the problem is, you know, you have the debate, or I have the debate of, do you build supplies endlessly, or do you... yeah, that's right, we have this. You can't get to that yet. You could do this conveyor though, right? And you can do this conveyor. That's more than enough for you to do. So let's do a tour around the map, see what everybody's doing, and then I'll probably, you know, just play until there's something else, you know, even if it's minor like this that I remember that I want to design. We could start, well, yeah, then let me get kind of ready with my thoughts after that. We'll do a loop around this way. Let's see, yeah, because we have this guy, yep, right there, and you're working on the brick factory. Yeah, we get our brick factory fired up pretty shortly. 73% done, which is just a matter of where you're assigning some trucks to distribute bricks all over the place, right? And making sure the bricks, the trucks that are doing bricks, like this guy, where is he getting them from, and does it make any sense? And then, you know, eventually we'd like to get bricks done there. So let's see. Let's worry about construction crews. So you're building plenty. Yeah, see, there's nothing down here we can build. And then these two knuckleheads keep... Yeah, I don't see a lot happening. Yep, these two knuckleheads keep coming head to head. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to jump over to the construction office here, and I'm going to send this other guy, just because it's becomes, every time I turn around, that guy's been messing up. So he's working on 16, so we're going to cancel 16. We're going to go back up there. Oh no, you're not up there anymore. Which way am I facing now? I want you to work on this bridge, because after you get this bridge done, yeah, that's 16, of course. All right, so cancel that one. I just want you to work on 16 up here. And then I'm going to send him, just to keep my sanity. Well, I'd really like you to help out with something. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of long for you to go, but why don't you work on this? Yeah, he only has two vehicles, so he'll get in there and hopefully help. All right, so that guy's busy. Kind of not going in my circle anymore, but this guy's in the middle. He only has 3 roads. 2 of them are, what is that? Rail crossing. So that's up there by the Nueve Revergrad. So you only have 1 road up here that you're working on. Oh, and then you're jammed up at that. So let's just cancel that project. Oh, that's the other guy coming back. Yeah, this is going to be a never-ending story with these guys getting jammed up. So we'll do that, and hopefully they will stay working. Now, did we fix our... Nope. Do you have a project? Yeah, 81. Let's get rid of this one. I could tell the other one wasn't 81, so Like I said, I like to do it that way just because I, you know, keep the guy that's already heading out. Now, which one is he heading out to? I think he's... No, this was 81. So let's get him working on... And in some ways, I don't know, it's just become so much part of the game that I don't mind it anymore. But, you know, we'll get him working on this one, just kind of push away from this intersection. And what we really need... Yeah, what we really need is a way for him to get back onto the right track. That's what's causing the problem, you know? And there's no particularly good way for that to happen, I don't think. But anyway, they're busy again. It's just part of the game. I'm okay with it, right? Yeah, and you're still busy. How are we doing for steel? We have steel down here, so my fears of not having steel and gravel are not coming to fruition, which is good. Yeah, look, we're making progress. Yeah, we're kind of getting there, aren't we? I mean, it's been a while and it's been a slog, but we're getting there. And then... yeah, then we have this problem. Yeah, this is what I was talking about over there when you have these two signals like this. And this is definitely a case where I will delete the signals. Just for a second. Oops, delete. No, put a new one in. See, and then as soon as that guy even moves, you can come right back and put the signal back in. And then once he's past it, the other guy will go. So the problem here... yeah, I need a signal for this. That's all right. It's just another one of those things to keep an eye on for the moment. And I know a lot of times you guys mean the best as far as being able to help, but the problem is a lot of times, like, it's really hard to follow the descriptions in the comments of what you mean. You know, like without you guys having to write a book to describe it to me, which isn't the right way to go either, right? I mean, it's not the wrong way to go, but, you know, I mean, like, well, right when you're here, and if you put a signal right there, and, you know, it's just sort of hard to follow, that's all. All right, so let's keep people moving. Plenty of work here. Yeah, I loaded them up. And we only have 2 jobs here, so you're only working over there now. And, you know what, I think, well, you can't get onto this track, so the other guy's going to do that track. Yeah, I think I would like you... let's get them working on this bridge eventually. I think they'll go right into the bridge there. And then... you probably stop the other one because you got, yep, to this rail station. It's not done. Now, is that rail station assigned? No, I thought I had assigned that. Or maybe I didn't. All right, now I got too much stuff open. Let's assign that, because that kind of puts a cramp in my style that's not done yet. Yeah, I don't want to build too many extra construction rails, but you know what you can do? You can start working on that. Hopefully it doesn't cause anybody any problems. Yeah, because all of this is done up here, right? I mean, we could work on that, but I'm not too worried about it at this moment. And then, yeah, our construction office has lots of things to do. And you got done that little road, so we can start getting into here. Look, we'll have a road all the way across there. And you can start doing some of those roads along with your normal tasks. Because I think, yeah, I want to make sure we have... yeah, I don't necessarily want to build that one yet. And I don't think there's any reason not to do this one. But yeah, we're getting there down here, and I mean, we got a lot of big projects to do, but yeah, then I really should get you focusing in on like this road, huh? Yeah, so we can start building this, so we can start getting the people over here. Now we have one more construction crew that was... this one is a supply construction office. You can almost look at it. Okay, this guy's done some more of this bridge, so we can assign the rest of it. Yeah, so now he's... now this is what our supply office does, is that even though this just got assigned, we're already bringing some resources over there before we even assign this other one to that job, which is really, really nice. So now another thing to keep taking a look at is how are we doing on steel? And if you look, we're down to 400 steel. This is going to be a problem. You know, it's a slow, painful kind of problem, but it's still going to be a problem. Yep, you still have 2, and we already looked at these guys, right? I don't see anybody jammed up. I don't see anybody working. I know you're sitting at a red light. No, because see, you got to watch out for this too. Because there's another guy up on those tracks. We need to get a signal, like say here and here, so that he can come in there now. Yeah, see, that guy was blocking him. Yeah, so that's all right. We'll keep this guy working that way mostly. Once he gets built, we can put another couple signals there. Now we have to electrify a lot of track too, which is, but there we go. People are working, people are busy. Now, how are the people of Labriska? Speaking of working and busy, 73, so, you know, 89 lifespan. And they have their hospital now, and at some point, I'm not sure if it was on the camera or not, I set some people to go work in the hospital and bought it an ambulance, which I probably need to do down at Chemsol, right? And so far, I haven't seen any proof that the hospital helps in any way with the pollution. Like, it seems to me to be a whole separate mechanic. I mean, I don't doubt that it might not help, but it's like the pollution causes them to escape regardless of whether you have a hospital there. It's not a matter of, oh, I got sick and died. I think they just escape. All right, good. So we have enough educated people here. Our school is doing okay. A lot of times you can just look at the school. Yeah, so I mean, they seem to be doing okay, though they're not at 75, right? So at least not all of the houses. So we'll see, 74, but I'm just looking here. I mean, unable to visit a hospital. Well, get off your fat butt and go there. Now, we probably could give them a paved, or let's just give them a footpath. Maybe that'll make them, I don't really want to, just in case I want to put a road there one day. Yeah, I don't know when we'll ever build that footpath. We don't have a construction office in 12 miles now. Well, 20 kilometers. All right, how are we doing down here? Well, down here, eventually we want to move that. But let's go here, and how far away? Yeah, you could come from there, couldn't you? Well, we got doctors. I'm not sure why. I don't remember telling anyone to be a doctor there, so. How are you doing? You are the house that's closest to the pollution, and you've got 86, so, like this kind of distance here. What's that, a quarter of a kilometer, maybe a little bit more, Seems to be far enough away. And that's a pretty heavy polluter with the, with the plant there, the chemical plant. Good, so everybody here seems to be happy. Let's take one more look at our population. Yeah, look, we're already up to 17.3 on our population there. And if we look at this year, yeah, look at that, climbing like a rocket. Well, not quite that fast, but climbing nonetheless. We've gotten past our emergency. So let me come up. Oh, yeah, this is. Well, now why are you coming back the wrong way? We have to talk about that. Yeah, let me come up with a plan for that. So let's click on this guy. See, he doesn't have a job. That's part of the problem here. And you know what we can do is I think we can one-way all of this. Let's see. Yeah, we might be able to. All right, so let's come here and I don't know, 2. Railroad 2. There we go. Somebody should come right back out of there. Yeah, and you know what? I'm not even going to reassign that till we think about what we're doing here. So let me let time pass for a bit, and I'll get a plan for how we're going to electrify this track here, because even though we have diesel trains, we could, you know, get electric trains on here and use these diesels someplace else, right? But I want to see how to do that. Like, it's not something I've done before. At least think about how we're going to do it. All right, good. I'll see you guys in a minute or two. Okay, I have a plan. I have the power plants rail. And I definitely think they're the best ones to do it, because we've already got this like two-way all the way up to them. We know they just worked on this track in one of the last episodes. And even though these guys are a little bit closer, you know, they're not really, I'd have to redo all these tracks with the one-way thing. But what we have here is all of the trains, of course, when we want to do this, are sitting here. And this is sort of a problem. And this would be an argument for not putting them both in here, like, and having some system where when the trains came back in, these are both of our food trains, right? So, you know, like, I'm not sure, but like, it's almost like this guy got filled up to 95, right? Somehow he got up to 95, and then it started filling this food train, right? So what I want to do is just send them on their way, right? We'll just, you know, go ahead, and then we'll do the same thing with this guy. Go ahead. Oop, why can't I send him? Oh, because I didn't select this. There you go. Now you go ahead. And then this guy, I already went over and sent him back to the depot. So hopefully he'll find some way to get back there. All right, now these two guys should go over there and wait for quite a while. I'm hoping that doesn't cause us huge problems. But I think, yeah, we'll just have to see. I don't know if I have to send them back to the depot or if they'll wait long enough. If one way or the other, we'll straighten it out. I'd rather keep them running if they do wait there long enough. Though I think the first one, now that I think about it, that first train's going to empty out pretty quickly. Alright, so now let's pause it. Well, now let's get this. Got to get these trains off this track before we can do too much, because they won't let you build on it, right? Until you. Yeah, so I think he's. Oh no, he found a. He got a green signal and then he got a question mark. Okay, well here. How are we going to get him? You know what we can do? We might be able to send him on that long loop. There you go. No, you still can't get there. You're on this track. Yeah, see, he can't get over to the other track anyplace. And he's not smart enough to go down here, flip around, and then come back out the X's and the O's, right? Like, so we would have to, well, you know, the other thing we can do with him, yeah, we can leave that signal as fine. Let's cancel him going back to the depot, and then, yeah, flip around, and then once he goes into that cargo station, right? Yeah, you should be able to go to the Fieldski cargo station. Did I tell him to do that? Yeah, definitely go here next. I think he'll decide when he gets to this signal whether he can go there or not. Yes. Now, when we get him on the other track, he should be able to flip around and go back out the other way, right? Like before I don't really care. Well, you know, I'd rather him be empty, because then we can decide to buy an electric train, right? Well, yeah, we don't really need, this guy's mostly, he's taking crops to our clothing, but I'm not too worried about that for the sake of getting this all straightened out right now. Okay, don't go there, turn around, don't even pick up any crops. Yep. And now that he's here, I can go back to the depot and say, go to depot. Oops, I probably shouldn't have closed him, but he should be okay. Yep. Yeah, he should be able to get to the depot now, I think, one way or the other. At least he'll get off of this track pretty shortly here. All right. Yeah, let me come in here. We'll do the electrify rails tool. Yeah, that's already electrified, I think. There's no reason we can't do the one he's not on. Oh, did that take? Yeah. Sort of not really any way to tell if we've done this or not. No, that one didn't take. Okay, so there's a little tiny section of it. Now, as soon as he's off the rails, I want to... So that other guy should get a question mark, shouldn't he? I guess we need to yeah, I don't know if we want all of that. As a matter of fact, I don't even know. I think to solve that problem that we were just talking, well, see, this is the problem with having. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do it for now. We're gonna electrify both of these, but I may redo this before it's even that far, but for now now they shouldn't be able to get back in here, right? Can't see anything else. Yeah, that'll be good enough for now because we're just worried about getting it electrified so that the crop train that's electrical. Now that's not totally true because we need to get the train in here, don't we? Yeah, so it's almost like we need to, like, how do we get a train over here? Well, you know how we get a train over here is we build a depot up here or something. All right, well, we'll worry about that phase next. So let's open up this guy. And you know what? We'll let him finish whatever he's working on just because I can also... There you go. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted to see. It sort of jams the whole works up, but that's fine, right? We'll let him sit there and contemplate the question mark. And yeah, so these guys, I might as well just let them finish working for a second. Why be so impatient, right? Yeah, like, yeah, what the heck? And this guy should be over here. Here, let's even do this. Can we get both of them in my view? It might be hard for you guys to see on YouTube, but yeah, we don't need this. What do you... Yeah, that's a... Yeah, this road there is a bit of an issue, isn't it? Now remember, a lot of the reason for all this overpasses was I didn't want this to happen to the buses. So it's one thing for it to happen to a few construction vehicles. It's another thing to happen to, to happen to the, what do you call it? To the buses. All right, one guy's done. Looks like this one. And this guy's done. So now let's put the time back to normal. And then we're going to try to see if they can't, without messing everybody in the world up, work on those two. Good. So we'll have that electrified. And so the problems that we're having with this, like getting this electrified, which I know we don't really need to do, but, you know, this is going to be permanent, long-time construction in a sense. Like, you know, like let's get it done now while we can. This is one of the reasons that I was also talking about this parallel line, right? So what we can do is if we design a bridge to get over this stuff and then kind of have a little bit of a problem with all of this, yeah, we'll have to come up with some kind of solution for all of that mess and getting over to this side, right? So we'll have to come in here and, quote, bite the bullet and redesign this, but then, you know, that way we can switch all of the traffic while it's not too heavy over to the new electrified rail train, right? And then this track could be electrified at our leisure later on, right? So as we build things, we want to try to keep that in mind. Like up here, not many people are actually using this now. Who are you? Are you another? Oh, you're another. Oh yeah, you know what? Go to the. Oh wait. Oh, okay. You had to do loop-de-loo. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't think we have two. Yeah. Does anybody else coming back to this guy? There should only be 2 trains pointed at this. Now there's 3. Yeah, he can't get there. You... Yeah, oh, you're the Chemsol warehouse guy. Yeah. You know what? Hopefully he doesn't head back, and he'll get a question mark even if he tries to. Okay. Yeah, and the Chemsol warehouse, we still have... You know, I would like to get him over into here without necessarily going this way. But that's a whole nother, that's getting way too much for now. All right, let's I think we're in good shape. I think I will just play time forward. Maybe come back when that electrical track's done. How are you guys doing? Plenty of stuff to do. Very good, very good. No, Art, are you having problems? Missing truck with covered haul. Oh, do we have an empty one here? You got alcohol. And you have alcohol. Can I... No, there's not really... Well, I can up the space in here, right? Oh, heck, we don't have another depot down here. It's part of my problem. Alright, so do any of these look... No, you have food. You have alcohol. And none of them, we didn't catch any of them. They all have stuff. So where can we send... Who would we get rid of? You know what? Are we even? Yeah, we are full. You know what? I'm gonna send you to another depot because the brick guys. Yeah, let's send you to this depot. And then who don't we want in here? We want the crane. We want the dumpers. We want the Oprah Hall. We don't need so many dumpers, necessarily. And we're not sending them far away anyhow, right? So there we go. So now we should be able to purchase another cover hall. Source of gravel is empty. Yeah, you know what? We cut that off, didn't we? Well, you know what? We're not doing any more construction here, but let's take this guy. He's going to Przink North. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go back and do your route again. But I'm going to just take him off of here too, right? So I don't know. I mean, I guess this will dwindle down, but we're full at this moment. You know, I don't know that we want another train, but this might mess up our track building from this guy, right? But we'll see. We'll try to remember to do that. Most likely I'll forget, and then something will happen and remind me later. There we go. See, they do pretty good with doing the tracks, like once you get them built. The problem is when they have to switch back and forth for building. Yep, here comes the other one. Yeah, so this should be pretty painless. All right, let me pause it just for a minute. And then once these guys are done, we'll, you know, I'll come back at that point. Why not, right? Well, we're almost done. one last little project, and he should be working on it. So I'll keep this off to the side. It'll take him a minute to get down here. But for all my worrying about steel, right? Which steel is definitely a bit of a problem, but we have, you know, some here. We're a little bit lower than we were before. We are also using it at a pretty good clip out of here. So we only have 238 over here. So I would expect this guy to stay a little bit steadier because I think he's being supplied by trucks, if I'm correct. So, you know, the fact that he doesn't, you know, he would tend to get more where this guy has to wait for the train to fill up. So, yeah, we are in the process of running out of steel. But the bigger thing that's actually slowing us down now is gravel. We have, you know, like our trucks are dumping it off pretty close to as fast as they can. So I think what I would like to do is this guy in Energinisk over here. Where is Energinisk Construction? I did send him down to work on some roads in there, but I think I'm also going to come over here and we're going to get another quarry going, right? We have it all set up for the most part, and we'll see what comes of that, but at least we'll eventually get that built. But yeah, we're being slowed by our gravel. You know, we moved that gravel train just a few minutes ago to just go to Revergrad, but then I came over to, you know, just sort of check on things, just make sure people had jobs to do. Oh, look, this guy's, can he get to? No, but we need to get that road finished first. But good, he'll be done this one in a second. It means we can get another section of railroad track in this loop done, and then they'll have a bit of work to do. But yeah, so anyway, I was just coming in and checking. I noticed that it said cannot make concrete. So I thought, oh, what am I having problems with workers, or is there sometimes there's, you know, train jam up here and it stops the workers, whatever, you know, a million things can happen. Well, no, we just didn't have any gravel. And if you look, we don't, you know, we did get a train up here, but it will probably run out before the train gets back. And then now that these two, we have two different gravel trains, one just going up to there and one going to the other place. So if we look here, he's not even getting any gravel because we're using prefabs. Well, now he might start getting some, but somebody else seems to be taking the gravel. No, here it comes. He's getting some now. So, but you know, like taking a lot of, we're using prefabs and everything else, which is good. People are busy, right? So we'll get another quarry going. I mean, this guy, you know, getting the other quarry going is going to be of minimal benefit, I think, unless we can get more stuff dropped off into here, right? So we might have to build a, let's see, what can we build a, yeah, see, this is only in, like, it's just so limited, like you don't have, I don't think you have any road cargo connections on this either. So, like, in other words, once we max out how many trucks can get unloaded, we're just kind of done, right? So I did plan on more and better quarries over here, right? Like quarries, plural. So in other words, and that includes, you know, I just would kind of take this whole side of the hill here and have like different quarries that will go into our loop. But that's a dream for another day. And let's see, how's this guy doing? Oh, he's working on it. So let's zoom over there. We can zoom this way. Oh, you're out of workers. Yeah, this is another thing that's happening. But when I was sitting here looking at this, I don't want to do too much right now because we're going to get rid of this food factory, right? And this will just be a corn hauling system here. So I don't want to mess with it too much. But what I'll probably do is like somehow stage the trains in here, and that way I might even just get rid of this double track setup, so that way one train gets full before the next train comes in, because it seems to play favorites in a weird way. Yeah, and this is the cycle here. Like about the time he runs out, there'll be a bus heading up there. But you know, so we're practically done this. No, he didn't get done, or did he? No, 98.61. Now, what are you still moving? Why are you still moving? Oh, no, you must have had a little momentum to you, huh? Yeah, he's like moving, but he's not making any progress, and then his head just disappeared. That's a graphic thing happening there, huh? But yeah, if we come up here, we could do this. Like about the time he runs out and it really annoys you, there's usually a bus. Not in this case, of course. Oh, look, he's got. Yeah, see, there would have been a bus if the wood truck wasn't in the way. Yeah, there you go. Pass him. Oh, come on, buddy, you just screwed it all up. That was ugly. People, I know. People can't drive, can they? Including, not, but everybody but me can't drive. So, anyway. So yeah, the gravel is causing us problems, or the lack thereof. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully it's a matter of, you know, I don't know. I don't really know whether it's just because I'm trying to fill this up. Let's see, how much does this have? Nothing. See, so, you know, we're just low on gravel now. And I don't know that there's that much that I'm willing to do beyond build that thing. So it's just sort of it's grinding construction to a bit of a halt there. So, and I don't, yeah, we'll get this other one and it'll just sort of absolutely, look, see, even now, and I was looking at this a little bit, you know, it's, I don't want to say it's maxed out, but it's pretty close, right? Like I mean, there's often a truck sitting here waiting, and if we come down here, just nothing, you know. So I think we just, you know, we're just not that prepared to do that much construction. Oh, good. So this guy got done. We got some workers in there. So we can close this, and then I can come over to here and try to open these guys, right? And then set them on their way. Well, I guess you just start, right? Yeah, launch. And is there any reason? Man, I think we should, you know, we should get this guy launched too, right? I mean, at this point, he's exporting some corn. Now, by the way, once we did this, yeah, what are you doing? Just taking your time getting out of there? Oh, I didn't. Something happened. Whatever. There you go. On your way, buddy. On your way. But once we stopped the food production, our dollars started going down pretty quickly. So yeah, so we'll have to see. This is pretty much the end of this episode, of course, just for the time. But we will just keep improving things. The other thing, as I sat here thinking, like, you know, of having to redo this, I'm like, I'm starting to get a bit overwhelmed. You know, I love this stuff, but I've got too many irons in the fire, as they say, and too many different priorities all at once. But at least we got, you know, our pollution situation, you know, mitigated here, and, you know, eventually we will get the gravel and we will be able to continue our construction over here. But in the meantime, we'll just do whatever we can, right? And we can come back in the next episode and we can fire up our bricks plant, right? At least that doesn't need gravel. So, you know what? Last thing we can do. Why don't we zip over here, and I'm gonna probably do a little bit of a search. It's probably better just to select them this way, so I know I got the. So let's just get all these brick guys heading. It's kind of right in my view, but I think I can do it. Yeah, let's get them all heading up to this depot, like we did with that other truck. Yeah, so go to here, and then we'll just go around in the beginning of the next episode, and then we'll know these trucks are here for this purpose, and we'll try to get them figured out, you know, where they need to go to distribute bricks. What do we got going on here? Yeah, the old head-to-head thing. What are you? Do you still have an assignment? Yeah, so let's come over here and get rid of number 6. Yeah, number 6 is... There we go. 14 is our priority, I think. Oh, good. Are you on 14? Because you were on 15. I'll show you what I mean. No. Yeah, this is 14. That's definitely the priority. So every time I send a guy up this way, they just seem to run into each other like every single time. Oh, look, good. We're getting down to here. So we really need to get this done so we can get some gravel in here. Oh, yeah, gravel. Great. Yeah, gravel is a problem. You know. So let's see. Maybe we can send that guy on this one. But I think that they're gonna conflict one way or the other. I'll just have to keep dealing with it. I don't really feel like building a crisscross up on this. You know. And then, by the way, sending this guy down, I did, if you remember very well, I did try to send him down to work on this, but I'd have to one-way the whole thing, and I think that's going to cause more problems for the other trains that are coming down here. So rather than trying to, you know, make this both two-way tracks so that they can come in here and work, we just need to get, you know, this construction office done, which we can't do too well because we don't have gravel. So are we getting the gravel? Yeah, this is another problem. Now, why do you have gravel but you're coming here? Oh, because you weren't told to wait? Yeah, let's make sure a building is without power supply. Uh-oh. Why are you without power supply? Because this isn't running? No. Alright, this will be the last. Oh, because we were told to work on this. Yeah, so why aren't you working on that? Source of gravel is empty. Oh, and the source of gravel is empty because we don't have power. Okay, well, we're going to deal with this not cheating, even though there was like a slight urge that I had to. You know what we're going to do? Oh, not mechanisms. We're going to send you up here. Oh, not really do that, but why don't you just go right to here and get your gravel for now? There's just no gravel. Yeah, so, I mean, that's not that there's no gravel. We're making it at a prodigious rate. I mean, we could maybe have some more people in there, but, you know, I mean, even more people aren't going to make a huge difference when it comes to, you know, the trucks just are pretty much as busy as they can be getting it out of here at this point. So we'll get this built. Yeah, so just more gravel. Okay, well, yeah, look at that. Well, those are I don't think anybody comes here. I think those just got dropped off back in the days when we used to have train problems. All right, well, there you go. Well, we're at the time to end the episode, and we've got electrified track, which is good because when we do get the other stuff, look at there we go, to flashing. All right, we're gonna ignore that for a little bit. Yeah, so there we go. So we got our food things back going. We should have another train. Oh no, the crops train, is he already on his way? I hope. Yeah, because he would have been in here, filled up, and went out. So how is our crops doing? Oh yeah, we got a lot of crops. Yeah, and see, we still got some crops on the field, but we're doing well with our crops. Just not the gravel. All right. Well, we might have to slow construction down a little bit, and but at the same time, maybe it's just certain things are sucking up a particularly large amount of it. That's possible too. So yeah. And by the way, for those of you who might have thought, well, you could build this here and build that there, this is sort of one of the reasons I didn't, right? Oh, look, we can get a guy up here. Yeah, we can get this set up. Next episode, we can get our bricks set up. Wherever the bricks are. We'll get the bricks going. And yeah, and we'll keep plugging away at this as best we can. And maybe might even, between the episodes, I may just slow things down a bit and just let the gravel catch up for a little while. Just not build too many more constructions. That's what I'll do. Well, I'd like to get those bricks going with you guys because that's a little tiny bit exciting, right? Okay, well, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful day. One last message. there will be no live stream tomorrow if you're watching this on Friday. So no live stream on, what is it, July the 6th. But I will be back the next week to do a live stream on the 13th of July. So anyway, have a good day. Take care, and bye-bye.